Woo. Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo killing it known as Buddy V with the one and only.
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building, all the way from StreetBeefs Scrapyard. We have the one, the only, the infamous Pappas in the building.
Hey guys, it's Pappas here.
And all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, we have another fan favorite, the one, the only, the furry one, Husky in the building. You are muted.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
All right.
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Always wonderful yourself.
We're here. We're here.
Another fun
All right.
Tuesday. And man, for those of you that don't know, we just had our 4-year anniversary over at the Scrapyard, this past Saturday. Yeah.
Or
Yeah, exactly. And Pappas, you ended up having a killer fight, man. I mean, you did some spinning moves. You took a couple really good blows too, and the grappling. I was really enjoying it. I was gonna say I wanted to get your take on that fight that you had versus Humbled one because that was definitely a hype one.
well, thank you. I really enjoyed myself in it. I definitely see a lot of places where I want to work on and improve and get stronger with the boys. I had a lot of fun. I that last 39-second round, I was feeling really confident after taking a few of some clean shots from him that I just didn't feel had the enough knockout power that I just felt like I could kind of start doing my own thing. That flying Darce Madaleone takedown, I really enjoyed. I've been working the Rolling Thunder all month because I'm trying to hybridize it with the Eminari roll, where I basically do a shot, a single leg for leg, but flip with it so that I catch with the Rolling Thunder to heel to the knee, to the jaw, while grabbing the leg and rolling through with it. I got to attempt it, but it's hard for me to get past my sparring practice where I'm mainly focused on trying to get to contact. I'm having them come at me full, but I'm a pacifist at heart, and I try and keep people wanting to come back, and most people don't want to come back when they get hurt. So it's been really difficult for me to get past just making the connection. And that the last few matches I've been really trying to hone in on that as I've been moving out of the publicity focus of trying to get more eyes on what I'm doing, and now moving more into showing that what I'm doing is applicable. But
Absolutely. Having a fun killer match up here. I was curious, Husky, do you have an upcoming match up here on the West Coast?
Yeah, fighting Scorpio on Saturday. So Scorpio, former scrapyard buddy of you guys. He's out here now, and we got matched up for Saturday's event. So, should be fun. I think. He's kind of bigger than me, but he's always down to throw down, and we're gonna be in a little hot box, so should be real fun.
And this is boxing, correct?
Yeah, no kickboxing, no MMA, none of that stuff.
Okay.
And he's been putting in work.
Will we be seeing the costume return?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 115 degrees in Phoenix on Saturday, but whatever.
wow,
I'll rock it for sure.
Can you?
So might as well have fun while I can.
Yeah. Can you give us the origin to how you came about with that?
Yeah, it was like a superhero outfit. Like I was watching like DTP and all the West Coast guys. But I didn't know it was a Halloween event. It was like, oh, they're fighting in costumes. This is gonna be fun. Like,
oh wow.
I'm like, hey, you guys saw me like at the Super Bowl event. Like I met Buddy V and Jade, and you were there last March at the Super Bowl event. I'm like, these guys, they just have fun. They put costumes on. They go fight. I show up there in a costume. I'm the only one in costume. Well, Crazy Legs, he had his little Bruce Lee outfit, but
Yeah, Crazy Legs.
and the mate.
It was just me and him, and they're like, everyone just staring at me in my costume. I'm like, oh man, I'm the only one in the costume. I thought this is what you guys did, but now it's supposed to be like a superhero costume from One Punch Man, the dude that dressed like a dog, but ended up everyone thinks I was like a furry dude. So I guess I got a bunch of furry fans now, and I just gotta keep it up and roll with it.
So how much Street Beefs did you watch for you not to know that was just a Halloween event?
I mean, there's a lot of costume parties. You know, you go back to the old school yard. There's guys that dress up over there, and then the West Coast.
Yeah.
You
got a handful of guys, a handful.
Yeah, it's all fun and games, you know. Like Pappas, he comes in, Applebee's waiter. I'm like, hey man, Pappas is dope, you know. He's dressing up like a waiter, you know. You got people dressing up in like slacks, and it's all good, you know.
I think with your costume though is I guess with the material and the thickness, your costume's a little bit different from the others. In terms of, you know, how it affects how you fight and everything like that. Or does it? Does it affect you at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, you know, it's one size too small. I don't think they make them in men's size, so I just had to go to, you know, the costume store and buy the biggest size they had. And it's a little bit tight, you know. I like to move around, and you know, but like around the crotch area, you can't really step and everything, so you just slide around in the suit. But I figured it out, you know. Just got to roll up the sleeves, and it works. It's a little bit more stretchy, but definitely not that thick. It's pretty thin actually, so
really,
it's not as thick as everyone think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
And see, I was curious because Pappas, with how you dress, I figured with boxing, you know, we've seen fair play dress up with boxing and whatnot, but I was curious with MMA, with your kicks and whatnot. Do you feel like your clothes ever became restricting in any sort of way in your shape? Because I know I have certain pants that if I wear them, I know I can't get in a fight. Like I know I'm gonna have my fists only. That's it. My legs aren't coming up all the way. They don't stretch. You know.
So that's exactly why I do it, actually, is because what you see is my daily attire. Right now I'm working, and I'm in the back right now, so they have specific attire that they want us to wear when we're in the back. But I came to Applebee's as a joke after starting to go to the fights. I was working at a mill, and it just the hours weren't lining up with being able to come fight very effectively, working overnights, and I'd be getting off work and rushing straight to the fights and things. And the internet, Steve started listing me as the Applebee's guy. So I decided, you know, if millions of people are going to make the joke, I might as well go along with it. And I was hoping for a sponsorship, but they can't sponsor anything not family friendly, and they don't consider combat family friendly. But I believe you should be ready to fight at any point, at any time. Otherwise, what you're learning is useless. If I have to say, let me get my mouth guard in, let me get my shoes on, let me get my shorts on, let me get in a stance, when it's there, you know, it's just the hit is out of nowhere, or it's a bad situation and things got riled up and you don't know the moment that the strike's coming, or you know, like it or what it's coming with even. So I believe in being prepped at any point, but I am going to have to be getting back in there in about a minute. So this has been a lot of fun. I wish that I could be on for longer, but I really appreciate you guys having me out here.
Well, you know, let people know where to find you at or anything in case you want to have some people following you.
Oh, I'd love that. And I'd love to be back on sometime. Hopefully, what it works aligns up more with not working. But yeah, I'm Brandon Lee Pappas on Facebook and Instagram, and my work schedule changes each week, so there's a good chance that it'll line up here soon. I'll keep you guys in touch, but I really do appreciate the chance to be on here. I hope you guys have a great one.
You too. Thank you.
Peace.
All right.
All right, Husky. Now we're back to you. Heck yeah.
What up, guys? But yeah, shout out to Pappas, man. Big fan of the guy for a long time. Wish he got stay on here longer, you know, chop it up with us, but you know, it's all good. Realize he's at work.
What's up, Moose? Yeah, comments are popping tonight. That's what I'm talking about, and all for good reasons too. And real quick, because man, let me talk about some of these fights. Right, there's one that you had, Businessman, and I think that was the one where like in between rounds, I hear you in the comment or in the commentary. You're like, "Damn, y'all didn't tell me he hit that hard." And I could see Daniel just smile and a couple other people, but that fight ended up going in your favor. And I was gonna ask, what were some of the hardships you kind of had to overcome to, during that match to really be able to pull that dog out? Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that was a fun event, man. That was the last year already, man. It's been a year since the 3-year anniversary in August in Vegas, but that was a cool fight. My fighter, like, I just show up. My person I'm supposed to fight, of course, they didn't show up, so I got to fight just the nearest, the next heavyweight. So they pull out like a 300-pound, Duva over there coming out of the 50-50 fight camp in Long Beach. I'm like, oh god, there's like it's just Duva, but like 300 pounds. Like he's 6'3" and like pretty big. So I'm like, okay, get in the ring. Let's see what he got. And that first, like, he almost knocked me out the first shot. But like, it's a bad camera angle, but if it was a better camera angle close, you guys be like, damn, that dude got hit. Like, I got hit the very first like punch coming out the gate, and all I see in my right eye is just like triple blurry, and it's like I'm like, oh god, I'm about to get knocked out. So, just training kicks in. Like, all right, I got a bike. Get on the bike. So he's a big dude. Let's see him. Don't let him set his feet. Just keep moving. And it basically worked. Like he had to like plant, throw that power. So I just kept moving, kept jabbing, fighting backwards. And after a while, it's like, okay, the power is gone. It's like I could probably trade punches with him now. But early on though, yeah, that was like he was kicking my ass early on.
Yeah, man, you've been in several wars, man. What would you say was your favorite fight, and what would you say is your hardest fight?
Probably my favorite fight was Young and Lavish. That dude's a dog. Like he's a pretty big, tough dude, and like it's like it don't matter how hard you hit him. Like I was throwing the kitchen sink at that dude. I landed everything, hard jabs, hooks. I landed check hooks to his temple, hitting him back of the head, overhand rights, and that dude just kept walking forward. It's like the harder I hit him, the harder he hit me back. So I was like, all right, this ain't working, man. Like, and for some reason, like he just had cardio that day too. It's like I'm like, okay, he should be tired now. Like they're just still throwing like 10 punch combinations at me. So I was like, what the heck? And he's really good in the clinch too. So like when he gets you up against that wall, he puts that weight on you. It's like, oh god, I was trying to like tie up, but that match we had Lobster. Walk Lobster was the ref for that fight. I was like, man, where's Samke at? I'm trying to tie him up.
Where was I? Was I in somebody's? Was I in his corner?
No, I don't think you were there that day. That was it was like a small September event out here in Phoenix, so I don't think you showed up for that one.
Oh, I was fighting in scrap. Yeah, I fought in Scrapyard that day. Yeah, that's what it was.
Right. That's right. Yeah, but yeah, it was just Lobster there, and he was just like, whatever. I got beat up in the clinch for a while, and I got head butted. I got nut shot a couple times from Lavish, so it was all in all pretty good scrap. I think for fighting for free, like we sure beat the hell out of each other.
Hell yeah. That's the fun part too. It's like
You've been on there,
it's like we have to it's like there's some things where it's like, we have to go to work the next day, but yeah, it's kind of fun to, beat each other up to a certain degree,
Oh yeah, I think most of the times like the Phoenix events, I don't call off. I just clock in later that day. So fight in the morning and then work in the afternoon.
Shout out Wop.
Whoa. I was gonna ask you one of the things is especially since you have an upcoming fight, you don't have to give away any secrets. But one thing I like to talk about with people is training, and I know like Pappas does a lot of sparring. And all this said, do you have a favorite part of training, whether it be sparring, cardio, drilling, mitt work, or if you like to hit the weights? I mean,
yeah. So usually like most camps I'm in, I'm able to like do a full camp. I train like kind of like a Ronin boxer out here in Phoenix. I don't have like a specific gym I go to. I just go to all the gyms around here. So most of the gym people, they know who I am. Or like I get like 1 month membership from time to time, and then I just do standard boxing. I don't lift weights at all. I think lifting weights as a boxer kind of hinders like your build, and you can't throw proper punches. Like you have to change your technique if you're gonna lift weights. So like I'm already a big dude, so if I lift weights, I'll be like really bulky, and I won't be able to like throw proper punches or fight the way I like to fight. So Mostly it's just cardio for me. Do a lot of running, a lot of a little light sparring. I'm not like one of those guys, working out here in Phoenix. Like we got a lot of like the Mexican fighters. Like I hang out with, like Blanco and Z-Show when we go to the gym, and those dudes, they go to war. Like that's all their training is. They just 7-8 rounds hard spar. I'm like, nah, I'll just do little light touches. I don't play with that. Like I don't know how they do it. It's just, I think it's like a Mexican thing or something, but I don't know. I don't like to throw down like that. I just a lot of cardio, a lot of shadow boxing, a lot of bad work and work.
Oh yeah, I go light on the heads, and I go heavy on the bodies. So I made a couple people throw up. I've gotten made to throw up more than I care to admit. But hey, good training session.
Go hard in training. Go makes the fight much easier. But it's something I noticed, man, from the very first time you came to the yard, it was obvious you had some skills. It looked to me as if you've been training in boxing for some time now. Can you talk to us about your start in martial arts and boxing specifically, how did that come about?
Yeah, so I'm like the opposite of everyone else around here. Like a lot of people, they're starting out like in the late 20s, 30s. I'm like, I started boxing when I was young, like when I was 10, 11 years old, back in the early 2000s. I'm a lot of the West Coast fighters. I'm from Stockton. I'm from Stockton too. I grew up in Stockton, Sacramento. So like West Coast, those guys like they fight the same. They train at the gyms they go to now. Like I've been to back in the day, just like 20 years ago. But yeah, like I trained as a kid. I boxed all the way until college. So when I was like 21 is like when I stopped. And I'm still a big fan of boxing today. Like I still watch a lot of it. But I took maybe like a 12, 13-year period off of boxing where I didn't like jump in the ring or throw hands or anything. And one day I'm just on the toilet watching videos on YouTube. I'm like seeing the fights on the West Coast. I'm like, hey, that backyard, where was backyard, man? That looks like an Arizona backyard, I'm like, I'm gonna hit these guys up. I think they're in Arizona. And sure enough, they're like, yeah, we're in Arizona. We got an event in March. I'll come out there. So I was like, all right, I haven't boxed in 13 years, but let's get back out there. And it's like you take 13 years off. It's not like riding a bike, like especially like back then. I fought like as a middleweight, so I fought like 168, 175, and now I'm like 270. So it's like, okay, I can't do everything I used to do as a middleweight, as a heavyweight. I have to learn how to like fight as a heavyweight,
Right.
Some things are still there. Like you see a glimpse of it, like, okay,
I see it.
Yeah, you see it, but
yeah,
with 100 pounds on my back. So it's like, okay, he's a big dude now, but you still see
and
it.
a costume on.
Yeah, and a costume. And, it's still there though. You could tell.
And I was because the funny about the costume with fighting in the heat and whatnot. I know that in some of your fights, as they progress, you kind of take it off eventually with some of the hotter days. And I know, we train in sweatsuits and to lose weight and to kind of cut water. But I was curious, was there ever a point before you took it off where you felt like it was kind of taking away from your fighting ability? Because like Samke said earlier, that's some thick material on there, man.
Yeah, the only time I took it off was when I fought Doughboy, is because I only took it off because he was kicking my ass, man. I was like, all right, this kid's like, he's kind of getting me here. I was like, yo, I gotta take this shit off because he's beating my ass. So I took it off and he still beat my ass. I was like, oh damn, it's not the costume this time. Like this dude just like legit outplaying me, like low key.
Talk to us a little bit about that fight, man, because that was a hell of a fight, and I believe I ref that fight, and in that moment, I remember thinking like, Husky's gonna give him the fight, and then it was like you were out. You were putting up a hell of a fight, in my opinion, and then you were done. What took place in that fight?
Yeah, so like that fight, the last fight I fought him was recently. It was the March event again for 2024, but it was kind of rough camp that one. Like this last camp I'm in right now, and the last camp. So I just had a baby in like January, and it's
Congrats.
Yeah, appreciate it. But I ain't gonna blame him. But I haven't been able to go to the gym as much as I like to. Like the cardio wasn't there. Usually before a fight, I'm running like at least 6 miles before I was able to fight. That one I was able to run like maybe 2 or 3 miles only, and I was like, right, the cardio is not going to be there. It's a 5-round fight, so my game plan was just to work the body, try to slow him down to my pace. And like you were there, you saw me like I was digging the body on him. I was like, he was not slowing down. I was like, what the heck? I was like, he doesn't block the body. It's just like everything you throw up top, he'll block. Like he'll check the jab, he'll turn, and he'll fire back with the right hand. Every time I went up top, he would counter it. So I was like, okay, just keep going the body. And I just kept going the body, and then after 3 rounds, I was like, pretty tired. Like, man, this guy's not slowing down. So I think for that fight, I was a little bit ill prepared and topped that off with a pretty bad strategy as well. So it was pretty rough. But I'm not taking anything from Doughboy. He's straight up like he knows how to box. He's pretty good, man. Like put traps out there. It was like everything I was throwing at him. I mean, it's either he just got lucky and did the right thing, or he knew what I was doing. He was doing the right thing, but like I was trying to set up that overhand. He just didn't bite. I just kept body jabbing, waiting for him to drop the guard. He just stood disciplined. He just let me take the little pieces and the counter every time I went up top. So I was like, all right, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. No, that was a fun fight. I was rewatching it, and yeah, the first one, you got your rematch. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I could. I want to rematch somebody, but sometimes I feel like when I fought somebody once, I'm kind of like I become too big of friends with people. Sometimes I feel like because I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm a friend. I smile too much. Oh, having a background in boxing, I was actually kind of curious. Who are some of your favorite boxers? Do you have any influences that you kind of looked up to while training, or that you just enjoy watching in general?
Yeah, so growing up, I was a big James Toney fan. Like I love the Philly show. Like sometimes you see me pull it out. If I like Sam K does the same thing. He fights like that low lead hand. Like I'm a fan of that. A lot of people that fight with like the double hands, but I'm a little more relaxed. I come through with the shoulders, stay bladed. I like to play defense, pop the body jab and things like that. So, big James Toney fan. But yeah, right now it just depends on weight class. I'm too big of a boxing fan to name one. I could, I'll give you like a favorite fighter all the way from strawweight to heavyweight.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, but hey, social media makes it fun. You get to see the antics of everybody, and I know people are going crazy that Mike Perry lost that fight to Jake Paul. I was like, "Eee," you know.
I don't remember that, man. I
Did
lost
you
too much time with that.
yeah, did you check that out or no?
Oh yeah. I had like $100 on Mike Perry. I was like, ooh,
Damn.
set up. It was a trap. It was a trap.
Yes, I should have known better. I lost a little bit of money too. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, I think we all
Um,
did.
and so we're talking about, different fighters, different things, and you've been a member of the West Coast for a while now. Do you think, we might see you come up to the Scrapyard or maybe Dirty South, the OG yard?
Yeah, I mean that was the original plan. I was, if I beat Doughboy and became the heavyweight champ of the West Coast, I was gonna do like my little tour. I always wanted to go up top. Fight El Guanaco. He's pretty solid. I'm a big fan of his. I'm sure you see him fight all the time up there. But I always wanted to come up to the scrapyard fight Guanaco, but he's a heavyweight champ, so I don't want to just come up there and like call him out or anything like that. I think if I was a champion down here, I would, talk to Fire Chicken, be like, hey man, we gotta figure out who's the king of this. But unless I could win the title again, who knows? I don't think I would be, I ain't being Doughboy anytime soon, but if I ever did win the title for someone else, like I think that would be a fun fight if I come up there. Um, Also, Dirty South. I forgot what's his name, the dude that runs it, but I always want to throw down with him, Cody Black.
Nasty Native.
Yeah, Nasty Native. Like I came up like hoping to fight him in the West Coast, but he moved out to the Dirty South and became pro out there, so I never got a chance to throw down with him. But I think it'll be fun throwing down with him. I mean, he's a pretty solid boxer.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Excuse me. No, it's fun. I like watching your fights, and I kind of like to see you in another yard. Like I always say on the show a lot, it's a video game. It's unlockable stages. You get to see him in different areas. Like, yeah, what's he gonna do? The sand's gonna affect you over here. The wood pallets over here. Oh, that turf's gonna get you that astro burn. Shit.
Yeah, I think fighting in scrapyard would actually be easier. Like my style is more of like boxing from the outside, sticking and moving, countering from the outside. Like fighting the hot boxes, it's not really boxing. It's like it's a brawl. So we got sand, smaller space. especially the hot box pallets, and getting your head bounced off the wall. It's like no joke. But I think it's scrapyards. You guys fight on turf. It's wide open, like a octagon shape too, so you could definitely circle. Like even fighting in like Vegas is way easier, I think, just because of geometry of the ring.
Facts, facts. All of that plays a major role, and you don't find out until you actually get on that surface and attempt to do what you do. I remember in my first fight, we don't have this yard anymore on the West Coast, but it was the sandbox. That was the original sand spot. And bro, I could not get I got a nasty jab. I got a nasty double jab. I couldn't get my jab off for shit because I couldn't get any traction off of the sand. You know what I mean? And I remember people asking me, "Oh, why didn't you jab?" Nigga, I can't jab. It's not, I'm stuck. You know what I mean? I can't move, and you don't realize it until you're there, How much have you had to adapt to the sand and the heat?
Yeah, I think like I gotta change up my whole entire style. I tried to switch it up my last fight, and I was like, okay. After I got punched a couple times, I reverted back to my original style, which is not suited. I was like trying to be slick and move, and I'm at the wall. Take one step back. It's like, oh man, I'm cornered now. So uh, adapting is definitely hard. Fighting outside is definitely hard, but it's no different than boxing in the old school gyms. Like we don't turn up the AC or anything there. So especially in Phoenix. It's actually like 150 degrees inside those gyms sometimes. And like the heat's definitely not a factor, but the sand, yeah, you can't pivot, you can't shuffle. Even moving laterally is kind of more difficult inside the hot box. But just comes with the fight. Just you got to learn how to fight all different styles. So if I have to, like, I could bang too. I just prefer not to, but if I had to, fight the mouthpiece, high guard, and slug it out.
I like it. I like it. So we have a fight this weekend at the Hot Box. You versus Scorpio. Scorpio or you once again have the size disadvantage, but I believe you have the technical advantage.
Yeah,
How does this fight play out?
Yeah, well, like Scorpio, I've seen him box because he's in Phoenix now. I've been at the gym with him. I watch him box. He's seen me at the gym spar. I haven't sparred him yet, but we trained together a couple times, and I know what he brings. He knows what I bring. Like there's areas where he's going to be able to get me. There's areas that I should dominate if I stay in that area. Like the game plan is not like a secret. Like I'm just gonna try to down the outside stick and move, be slick in there, make a miss. And then try to set up something up top heavy, but he's probably just gonna try to like brawl it out. And I'm kind of stupid. Like I see a brawl, I'm like, I shouldn't, but let's just do it. Like let's find out who's the tougher one here. So if he drags into the brawl, like he could actually beat me up. He's a pretty big dude.
He's got power. Scorpio's got surprising power.
Oh yeah.
When he sits on his shots.
Yeah, I've seen him hit some people at the gym pretty hard. I'm like, okay, like that could rock me. I don't got the best chin either, so I don't like to get hit. But if he hits me hard enough, I'm like, oh god.
Don't say don't hear. Shh.
It ain't a secret. We all know each other. We work together too much, so it's all good.
Man, that's gonna be fun. This fight coming up, training with him, and you get to spar with different people. But what I'm curious about is, you think you might just stay at StreetBeefs, or like, let's say hypothetically, an opportunity came along for you to a little power slap. I've seen there's some new people. Shout out Battleborn. Or with you being a boxer, we talk about BKFC stuff, and that's very huge with the up and coming. Is that a possibility you would ever look into, or you're cool at StreetBeefs, or?
Yeah, good question. Like that was the original plan. Like I was like, okay, let's start with StreetBeefs. Get some smokers here and there. I was going back to the gym last year. I was going to get back to the amateur before I became too old and have it join like the old man league. But I want to get blood work done, join the amateur league. Maybe, who knows, try to compete Golden Gloves out here.
What up, champ? That's the champ right there, Doughboy.
Hey, what up, Doe, man? But no, I wouldn't like do power slap or anything like that, or even bare knuckle. Like I'm 34 now. I think I had a kid recently, so I think that kind of threw the final nail in the coffin for my boxing career. So Street Beef is probably the end of the line for me. You know, like I don't like I feel myself getting older too. Like every time I'm in the gym moving, my legs aren't as good as they used to, and that speed, the IQ, I'm getting popped now easily. So the defense is definitely slipping, but I think maybe I might have another 1 or 2 2 good years left, and we'll see how it goes. If I lose some weight, we'll see.
Hey, I feel we're all in our 30s over here too, man. So yeah, it's I always joke with people. And I'm like, how come you don't try to do it some more like you used to? I'm like, well, when it takes over a month to heal, come talk to me. I still gotta work. I gotta do some very physical things for my job. If I have trouble breathing, like I got kicked, 30 times and I'm spasming, and I'm like,
I know Pappas like you gotta be ready to fight anytime. But I'm like, hold up, man. Let me stretch first. Let me
Yeah.
real quick. Like I can't fight randomly in the streets just like that on the whim, though. I'll break my back.
Straight up, straight up. Since we're on the subject, man, have you ever taken any major injuries from the fight game or from even training?
Yeah, man. Like getting hit. I mean, my vision's pretty bad already, but I think like boxing that kind of messed me up. Like just getting hit in the head. Um, really got hit one time and like my vision never came back to normal. So I'm like, without these glasses, I'm pretty blind. And even when I'm boxing, like I don't think you get how blind I'm actually am. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could qualify for legally blind, but when I'm in there, it's
Why
pretty
you did
bad.
that, buddy? Damn.
I said my kids with my girl and mom, they made some English muffin pizzas and they just came and dropped me off a little mini plate.
I thought I saw pizza. Damn it, man. It smells
Man,
good.
Right?
once a year,
Yeah.
man, trying to not pig out for the fight on Saturday, but you ain't got a fight coming up, so enjoy them.
Well, that's perfect because I actually enjoy asking people during fight camps, fight weeks, and even the night before the fight. Do you have a favorite dish that you like to enjoy to try to recover, heal, keep it light, or do you prefer to fast the night before?
I mean, I do try to like watch my diet leading up to the fight. So I like to like right now I'm fighting heavyweight. I like to be around like 240, 235 ish when I get in the ring. I think when I fought in Vegas, my first fight with Doughboy, even the March event, I was pretty light. Like I was in the 240 range, but like I said, I haven't been able to go to the gym. So my last fight and this fight, I'm walking around maybe 270 going at the ring. I haven't really been on the diet, just eating whatever this past camp. And like usually before the fight, for some reason I always get super drunk like before the fights too. Like in Vegas, we party, I was taking shots. I don't know, man, like it was blacked out drinking before that fight. I'm pretty sure I was still drunk when I fought that fight. And same thing with my last fight. I went to that boxing event. I was drinking, watching the Oscars out there live in Phoenix, and I was like, all right, I got to fight tomorrow. Like, whatever, it's 2 a.m. Let's keep drinking. But it's probably gonna be the same with this time. I think that's like a ritual. Like, hey, I'm about to fight tomorrow. Let's get drunk.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's the best. Perks of being a heavyweight. Don't gotta cut weight.
I would just say I'd like to see a prime Husky at some point. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I see and know what you can do. You know what I'm saying? But I also see what you put on yourself to like not do what you're capable of doing.
I mean,
I'm
for
just
me,
saying.
it's all fun and games. If I was like serious, and I was like getting paid for it, or really, really trying to go for it, I'm out here just having fun, wearing the suits, hanging out with guys, just trying to get a feel for the heydays. But yeah, I think my prime's long and gone. I got like a little nephew though. I've been training him. He's pretty good. He's in his prime. He fights similar to how I used to fight. I'm trying to get him to fight on StreetBeefs. I'm trying to convince him to sign up. So if I ever get him to sign up, I'll just be like, okay, that's just the prime version of me. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to get him to sign up.
Got you. That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. I wanted to ask you, bro, how did we come up with the name Husky?
Oh man, that was just last of the minute. You know, you're filling out the application on the Facebook thing. Like, you gotta fill out your height, your weight, your experience, your name, your nickname. So I'm just like, I got a husky dog. Like, I wanted to be the rock lobster, but then I was like, oh, we got walk lobsters. I'm like, now I can't. I want to be like, I was gonna dress up like a lobster and stuff, the boxing gloves. But I'm like, nah, there's already a
Okay.
lobster. So I'm like, man, what should I be? And then, you know, like I had a husky. I just looked up next to him. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just be a husky.
Hell yeah. Got the name, then you got the costume, you're there. Shit.
Yeah. Ironic how it kind of fits with the costume.
Yeah, because I chose a nickname. Then I'm like, oh man, I gotta dress up. Like it's gotta be cool. Then I'm like, what's a good costume to dress in? And I was like, oh, I was watching One Punch Man. I'm like, oh, I could be the superhero. So there you go.
Wait, did you say you watched some One Punch?
Yeah, that's what the costume came from. One Punch Man, the dude, the superhero in the dark suit.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much of that. Okay, my brother showed me one episode. Well, then, do you have any other real good fighting animes that you kind of check out with some
Nah, I
killer
found
ass scenes? Because I just go, I got my brother's half Japanese. I just tell him what I want, and then he shows me different animes, and he already knows episodes and which ones to watch. And I'm like, all right, cool.
nah. That's actually not me. Don't let the Asian fool you. I actually don't watch anime like that. Like the only one I really watched was that one, and I was like, okay, like this could be cool, but I don't really watch anime like that.
Oh yeah. And
I remember
so
it.
when you train, man, what kind of music you like to listen to? I'm curious.
Oh, dude, like it's all random, man. I listen to a lot of '80s like funk. I get some Al Green up in there. Like, I'm an old school boxer. I like to move. So, a lot of people they listen like heavy metal stuff and gangster rap. But I gotta get some funk in me. So throw some Michael Jackson, some Motown, some Al Green up in there, and bump with it. Get some footwork and pivots. So you can't really do that to like other kids will listen to. You gotta feel it old school style.
Oh yeah.
I dig
That's
it.
where
I
you get the
dig it.
style. You're like, ooh, bam.
Yeah, you gotta get funky on when you box, man. That's the way to go. Get that footwork, pivots, and things like that. A lot of people don't do. They miss out on.
I, when I'm in that mood, I pop on James Brown. I'll just let the James Brown run on.
There you go, James Brown. You get down with that stuff, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, but I truly do believe like what you listen to influence the way your mindset and how you fight. So you can usually tell.
For sure.
So from your first fight back at StreetBeefs, getting back into boxing, having a good time, and then all the way up until now, what do you feel has been kind of your greatest improvement back into boxing?
I mean, I think that's not really improvement. There's like definitely a decline. Like I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get things back together. Just getting back to the footwork. Getting the steps down and able to rotate the hip properly again. Trying to improve on just the muscle memory of the defense. Remembering like turn the shoulders, put the arms up, things like that. Um, like the way I fight, it's kind of like running an offense, kind of like a playbook. Break out the old playbook, like okay, like double jab to the body setup, see how he reacts, set the right hand up top or circle left, throw the left hook, things like that. Um, just trying to get the muscle memory of the playbook going again. If I'm able to get the playbook going again, and it's going to be easy night for me. But if I can't get the plays going, and it's like, okay, you're going to struggle to throw some things in there. But that's probably the most difficult thing.
Oh yeah.
So with that, would you feel comfortable staying at heavyweight, or could we see you coming down in weight? Because you mentioned before you were lighter in your prime, and how you used to fight.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal would be to get down to like, light heavyweight 205, things like that. I was almost there. I got down to like 235. When I fought Young Lash, I was like 240 ish, 235. So I was pretty close. If I really just put it into it, I probably could have got there. But what happens? That September event's the last one of the year, then we don't have another event in Phoenix all the way till March. So it's like 6 months of just laying off. And I was like, all right. And I was pretty disciplined, and I was like, you know what? There's no camp for a while. And I ballooned back up, but I'll make one more run at it. Like I said, I'm only 34. I probably got like 2 more years of this left in me. I would like to realistically get back down to like 230. So if I get back down there and I feel good, I could probably push it down 205, get light heavyweight. There's a lot of good competition guys over there on the West Coast. I think that's probably the best division actually on the West Coast. And there's a lot of dudes I want to go down with.
Yeah, I think you'd be great at that weight and that weight class with that competition.
Yeah,
And
like
who make some good hands? Shit, you might have to go sweep through real quick.
yeah, Lero, you got Bearded King, you got Kuku Khan out here, and then
Arizonian.
Arizona. Yeah. Oh man, I sparred that dude. That dude sparred me like I owed him money. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I was like, calm down, we sparred the dude. Like he went like Mike Tyson on me.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's 7 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday, bro. You need to calm down. But yeah, he rocked me pretty hard actually. I was like, Jesus, dude.
I caught a good body shot from him the last time we sparred. I'm like, oh.
It's annoying, right? When we started doing this, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah. I definitely had to return fire on that big tank.
I know, right? Like, all right, let's jab him. Like, nope, wrong answer.
Now, you said that you recently had a child. You just have the one, or?
Yeah, just the one. Just first child. Just got married not too long ago. Then, like, all right, let's get back into boxing. And then child came along, so kind of threw a wrench of the whole game plan. But it's all good, man. I'm enjoying it, figuring it out.
Well, I was gonna ask because I have 2 kids, and do you think you might ever teach your kid how to fight? Because I have some people who are fighters, and they're like, "Yeah, my kid's not gonna fight like me," and some are like, just basic self-defense. Now, others are like, "Shit, I want to see a career out of it." Think you might ever teach them?
I mean, probably not. I mean, I know the repercussions of it. I've been hit a couple times and rock, almost knocked out a couple times, and I was like, sometimes I'm just sitting there like thinking like, okay, I probably got CTE, so I got like memory loss and things like that. I definitely don't want him to go through it. Like I learned how to fight because I had to fight, like most everyone else on here, And plus, fighting's like I'm a little autistic, so every time I see a fight coming, I'm like, just gotta watch it and study it and see everything unfold. But if he has the same like mindset I do, where he's able to like dissect the fight, kind of like watching a football game or baseball game, he's really a fan. And yeah, I could show him some moves, but do I want him to compete like amateurs and things like that? Probably not, just because I know the repercussions. But we'll see.
Shit, as soon as he catches you watching some film or maybe one of your old Street Beefs fights, it's on, bro.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't watch
Yeah.
that.
It's on. Oh, that's Daddy on the screen. Telling you.
Catch me getting beat up by Doughboy. Like, oh God. No.
Your kids gonna come home with a stack of money, but like, so Dad, you have to fight this other dad, and I already got the bets going, so you can't say no.
Oh God, probably. If he bets on fights every weekend, he's probably gonna start betting like me too. Like, oh God.
That's funny. I wanted to ask you, man. The heavyweight division is pretty stacked. Is there any other guys outside of Scorpio that you could see yourself locking horns with?
I mean, I feel like I fought most of the good names on the West Coast. I mean, it says stacked, but not really that stacked. I feel like we're running out of bodies. I already fought Doughboy twice. I fought Young and Lavish. I fought, I'm fighting Scorpio. I fought Businessman, who, he just fought a couple months ago. I'm trying to think of like other big heavyweights out there that have a big name. Scorpio's probably if nasty or not nasty native, hated native ever gets back in the ring, like that guy fights like once a year only. Like Rhino from Stockton. I don't think he fights no more. He's with the Stockton Strikers.
Shinigami's never gonna box. Bring
Yeah,
this smoke.
yeah, he
He's
ain't
never gonna box.
I mean, he don't really got hands like that, anyways. I think if he boxed, he'll probably get pieced up. But he got that little, that little onigiri throw, and that's what he's good at. So, maybe if I ever did fight him, like we could do like kickboxing, karate, combat. Maybe I might get a gi. That looks pretty fun, actually. I never thrown a kick in my life, but I'm already wearing a husky costume. Like I think a gi will be similar to that, and I could fake a kick and throw overhand right. You never know.
Hey,
It's a
Never
chess
know.
match. It's a chess match.
Yeah, that might be the next step, actually.
I think that's a good one, Brandon. I think that's a good one. If Husky could get his cardio up, yeah, that would be. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Oh yeah, Doughboy's a 619. Yeah, 619 is
Yeah.
heavyweight now, bro.
Yep.
I was actually trying to get fight with
Everyone's
him
trying to
last
get you
month.
some more matches.
Yeah, 619. I was in San Diego. I was about to hit up his gym and throw down with him in San Diego, but like it's a new child, and it was like a little rough trying to get out to his gym. But
Nobody's light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you and 619 would be dope. Like I said, you would just need your cardio would have to be up to keep up the pace, but stylistically, technically, that's a good fight.
Yeah, I think he'll beat me in the hot box. I think if I catch him out in Vegas, I'd beat him because he fights like Tijuana Mexican style. He just goes high guard and start digging them guts. Like I like to dig guts too, but not like on the inside like that. So I gotta get a little bit of space out there, move, jab, play a little high-low game with them. I think I can get them if if I'm in shape. I can go 5 rounds, and if it's in Vegas, bigger ring. But that'll be interesting. Definitely gonna go back to San Diego next month, and I'll try to hit his gym. I know Lobster and him be training up out there.
Walk is a good partner to train with for sure.
Oh yeah, he just does solid jiu-jitsu, man. That dude's really good jiu-jitsu, really high level. But good guy.
Now, while I'm having a fun time, Tuesdays are my best day of the week. There has to come a point in the show when I always have to be this bad guy. And I gotta say that, I don't want to keep you all night. So before we even think about letting you go, Samke, did you have any final questions for our guest this evening?
Man, I just ran through it, man. So if you got anything,
Man. No, yeah, we had a good time, and I asked all my questions. We're having a fun time on here. But I know that we haven't got any social media links yet, so I know I have to figure out where to find you on everywhere else.
Oh yeah, mainly I'm just active on Instagram. I'm not like on anything else really. So if you want to catch me, Husky Box 2X, all one word, Husky Box 2X, and usually post just memes and boxing training videos up on there. I'm not sure if I got Samke, you guys or Buddy on there, but hit me up on Instagram, Husky Box.
Dope.
Man, I'll definitely check you out, and I'll come follow you right after the show. So yeah. But thank you
I'm
very
only
much.
on Facebook, but I got you on there.
Bro, come on, man. It's 2024, man. You gotta get IG. You got
I know.
Yankee in the brick. Come on, man.
If it wasn't for my cousin, I wouldn't have a Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta get IG. That's where all the hoes be at too. Come on, Samke.
Come on.
We working on it. We working.
Nah, just stay off of it. You stay out of trouble, man. See all drama in there, People just coming on my videos, sneak dissing me all the time, DMing me.
Yeah.
Oh, you trash boy. Like, oh man, who are you?
I got a clip. Somebody posted a clip of my very first fight, and apparently Sean O'Malley went on it under it and was like critiquing the fuck out of me and my opponent. And I'm like, damn, nobody knows I won that fight because of this clip and who commented on it.
Yeah, so I think I got one of those videos too where some random YouTuber who has like a couple million people was like doing my reviews, and I was like, man, at least tag me in there, You can talk all the trash you want, I don't care, but at least tag me, bro.
They'll be go smack you through that camera. Yeah, I'm gonna come do this. I'm find the video. Bam.
I know, right? Stealing content, man. Stealing content.
But shit, man, it was a great conversation, bro, and we appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the hell out of you guys, man. I love the podcast, so I'm always stalking you guys in the channel, and appreciate Buddy V. Thanks for everything, brother.
Peace. All right. Damn. Dope show. Dope ass show as always.
As always, man. But shit, we not through, are we?
Not quite yet. You guys know not to go anywhere.
So I got to ask you, because I always everything I do with the podcast comes from a place of sports, right? My brain always works in sports. So with an artist, isn't it almost like, sure, my first contract was shit, but I'm playing for my second contract. I'm playing for like to get that generational wealth, because that first contract, you're new, they got you, they can give you whatever they want, plus you're learning the game.
I'm not mad at anybody that feels that way. I feel like a lot of, not even just artists, I think with a lot of shit, your first deal, your first whatever the hell it is, be the shittiest one, because you're still learning the situation, you're still learning the game. Once you learn more, that second one, you're gonna make sure it works for you. It may feel like it may look like it's a little less than the first contract, but it works out better for you than that first contract did.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit, bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
So we started the scrap yard. The first one was Mighty Matt. Now, the reason why he caught my attention, it was because I was watching his match, which was a kickboxing match. They get in a clinch a couple times, and he immediately, because it's drilled, muscle memory, starts throwing body knees. And he's throwing them clean. And he gets told, no knees in the clinch. This is kickboxing, not Muay Thai. So they keep going, and at the end of the match, he ends up giving a shout out to, I can't remember the gym, but it's an MMA gym. And so he does MMA, he's training these knees, and I really liked the way he was moving in his fight. So off the get-go, I need to see more of this man. I want to see what he's capable of, and I want to see the skills that he has. So, Mighty Matt, let me come back and see you again. Second fighter, all the way from West Coast, the Human Glitch. Now, this was a fun fight to watch because it was him and his opponent's first fight. They both came out swinging, and you could definitely tell that it was the first StreetBeefs fight. I'm living the heart. You can tell it's hot out. They're already breathing hard, halfway into that first round. And he's coming. He's got some heart. He takes some heavy shots, but he also sits there and times a few of them, and he gets some good blows back. And as this fight progresses, you got to see who wins. But I really enjoy watching him, and I want to see him come back. So please, the Human Glitch, let me see some more boxing. I really want to see the story. I want to see the evolution of you. From the OG yard, I just had Will. That was his name. Now, he had this country, down south accent, and he was stocky, man. This guy is a bona fide brawler. Came out swinging for the fences, didn't stop. He was taking blows and still going. And even after that, the guy that went to throw to grapple on him, he busts out some good ass grappling. And I'm like, okay, so you're not just someone who could swing. So please, Will, let me see some more. If that was the only one I was able to find. So I definitely got to see that. And from Dirty South, I had to go back a little bit for this one, but this guy, Crazy Lara, was a fun fight. His opponent was a little bigger than him and was actually a former wrestler, or a current wrestling champ at the time. And because of that, his cardio I knew was going to be insane. And I thought, man, this guy Crazy Lara has a match. Well, he came in, he had his great inside boxing footwork, and he actually impressed me. He came out and showed me you can never underestimate anyone, ever. And because of that, give me some more fights, Crazy Lara. Come show me some more good shit. But those are my 4 fighters to watch.
Yeah. Some fire picks, man.
Straight fire.
Straight fire. Yeah, Samke and the Fire 5. Let's start things off. StreetBeefs OG Yard, you see it. We got Dame Dollar versus Peck. First off, look at the thumbnail. I mean, these guys are ready to go at it, as you could tell. This is a boxing match. This was a solid fight between 2 dogs. Very tough to call. When you watch this fight, go ahead and comment who you believe won. Again, this is a very, very close fight. I believe there should be a rematch. I want to see both of these 2 fighters come back. We got a lot of back and forth in combination after combination in this fight. Again, StreetBeefs, OG Yard, Dame Dollar versus Peck, fire fight. Yeah, Street Beef Scrapyard. You see it. Look at the names alone. Dirty Dave versus Mighty Matt. You heard Buddy V mention Mighty Matt just now, and he did not disappoint in this fight right here. This is a kickboxing match. These fighters brought a war to the cage. I mean that's all I can say. These guys really brought a war. We saw a nice combination of different strikes, good cornering and execution from the fighter and the cornerman, and yeah, man, we got a destructive finish at the end of this fight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Dirty Dave versus Mighty Matt, firefight. Yeah, Street Beefs West Coast, you see it. Seraphim versus Grizzly, heavyweight big boy boxing. Let's go. This was a great match. These guys were going back and forth. This was actually the second fight of the day for Grizzly. So shout outs to Grizzly. Not too many people do that on their first time out at the or at the Sandbox Smoke Ranch. So many locations. But yeah, these guys threw some bombs in their exchanges. Full heart on display. Firefight right here. Seraphim versus Grizzly. Street Beefs West Coast. Taking you back to Street Beef's OG yard. This is 1K versus Boom. This is a boxing match. Two capable fighters right here. They gave their all. They truly put on a great display. A lot of determination, a lot of counter punches, and a lot of bombs being thrown. We had the smaller fighter who had to deal with the disadvantage of the height and the reach from the other fighter. And he gave everything he had in this fight. And it gave us a great entertaining firefight right here. Street Beef's OG yard, 1K versus Boom. And we're going to end things off at Street Beef Scrapyard. This is Sandman versus Hitman. This was an MMA match. This was another firefight. We got a lot of quick strikes, sticky hands, and that led to some nice grappling. The grappling, the wrestling, it was very, very much a struggle for these guys. We got a dick kick. We got hard counters. And we got a true war at the end of the day. Street Beef Scrapyard, Sandman versus Hitman, Samcan the Fire 5.
Fire 5. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome picks as always. Awesome. And that OG yard fight, I actually don't think I've watched that one, so I know what I'm doing right afterwards.
Which one?
Oh, the one where you said the two gentlemen you would like to see them have a rematch because they went to war.
Okay. Yeah, the first fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna watch that tonight, right after.
Yeah, man. It was a damn good fight, man. Damn good fight. Like I said, comment who you thought won because it was very close.
Oh fuck, man! While I'm having a blast, and this was a killer ass show. But is it about that time?
It's about that time, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. First and foremost, I want to thank Pappas. I want to thank Husky. We appreciate you guys. The people in the comment section, the people watching us on replay, we appreciate you guys. Street Beefs, OG Yard, Scrap Yard, West Coast, Dirty South. We appreciate y'all. Overtime Hustling Magazine, Heart in the Fight. We appreciate you. And Buddy V, I appreciate you as well. Jay, I appreciate you as well. Don't do the social media. If you got me, you got me. You're trying to catch me, I'm here. Same time, same place every week. And yeah, man, that's it for me.
Shout out to zwellworld.com.
Oh,
cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio
can't
is
forget
key.
about Zwell.
And get it signed by your boy Sam K right over there. Hand signature. And the reason I say that is because, man, you don't know how excited I was. The other day, I got these orders, and I have a few names, and they started kicking it off, and my smile would go, Roo! Well, just as a thank you, they might have found a couple extra things in their package. So,
Y'all get them before they're gone.
Gotta get them while you can. And then my Instagram as well, _BuddyV. Go follow it. There's gonna be some more fun posts coming up. I've been doing more consistent stories, and I actually have a few new people I've been working with. So you might see some new models, some new faces. And then yeah, go follow the Facebook page too. You know, I just have a good time trying to get it more likes, more follows, and that's about it. But the whole reason we're here is for MMA Underground. So thank you guys for tuning in. I have a blast. Thank you, Samke. Thank you, Jay. And in your famous words, like we always on the show, one world, one love, deuces.